so much good in this world. 1, 2, 3, action. Join us for The Uplift every week, streaming on CBS News Minnesota.
WCCO mid-morning, bullets fly in Minneapolis, hitting homes and a police precinct. Why police say this is becoming all too common.
Do you have a harder time sticking to your morning routine during the summer? We're talking about the results of a new survey.
A new music festival featuring some great Minnesota talent, and it's free.
And a locally made, ready-to-drink cocktail is now out, and it's not a seltzer.
You're watching WCCO Mid-Morning with Heather Brown and A.J. Hilton. Now we're talking.
Hey, thanks for joining us for Mid-Morning. Also streaming on CBS News Minnesota. I'm A.J. Hilton.
And I'm Heather Brown. Good to be with you today. We start with news from overnight. Gunfire breaking out in a North Minneapolis neighborhood, hitting several homes and even a police precinct. Some police officers in the 4th precinct were out in the parking lot when they heard those bullets fly by them. All of this happened around 12:15 this morning. Police say that a group of people were shooting at each other in an alley between Knox and Logan Avenues. They say that they saw a car leave the area. They followed it and eventually arrested 3 men and recovered 2 guns. Police say that gun violence is becoming too much of a regular occurrence, with bullets hitting homes, apartments, hospitals, and now police precincts.
Worst of all, we have bullets that are hitting people, too. Some of those people are innocent bystanders. And, we will say it as many times as we have to. This level of gun violence is absolutely unacceptable.
And then just a few hours later, a deadly early morning shooting in Minneapolis. Police say that a man was found shot in the front passenger seat of an SUV on the 700 block of Oliver Avenue North. This was about 2:40 this morning. A 911 caller told police that they saw a man walking away from the SUV after the shooting, but no arrests have been made. This is the city's 49th homicide of the year.
Police in Brooklyn Park are also investigating a shooting. Police say just before 8:30 last night, a boy shot in the back at Zanewood Recreation Center. That's on Zane Avenue. They do say his injuries are non-life-threatening. Officers provided medical aid while trying to get information from witnesses on the scene. No suspects or anyone has been arrested.
So if you're looking to get some outside time today, now is your time to do it. Our next weather forecast showing that we could see maybe some places, Katie, showers later on today.
Yep, and some places we're seeing showers right now. It just kind of depends on where you live. If you live to the west and to the north, you can see that line of showers kind of doing exactly what we expected it to do right around this time, forming a little bit. Now we've got a cold front moving on through. This system doesn't really have a whole ton of moisture with it, so we're not going to get that really nice soaking rain that we need, but we will get a little bit of rain, hopefully. In the Twin Cities, we're expecting this to hit us around your evening commute. So by 5, 6, potentially 8 o'clock tonight, we could see some rain, could see some storms as well. What we're going to be dealing with all day, though, is going to be the humidity, rise in it. We are going to see the humidity increase as the day goes on. By 9 p.m., we could be up to 65 degrees, our dew point, which means it's going to be pretty muggy out there. Here's a look at our dew points right now across the state. Most of us in the 60s, so that means when you walk outside, you will definitely be feeling it. Here's a look at that hour-by-hour forecast. You can kind of see what's next here. 78 degrees is your high temperature, and then we've got that chance for storms, and then as the overnight hours go off on, that storm chance will diminish, and it sets us up for a really nice day tomorrow.
Sounds good, Katie. Thank you. Amir Locke's cousin will spend 16 years in prison for killing a man in St. Paul. Mackay Speed pleaded guilty to shooting and killing Otis Elder. Police were investigating the Elder murder in April when they busted into the downtown Minneapolis apartment where Amir Locke had been sleeping. Police were looking for Locke's 17-year-old cousin, Mackay Speed, who had lived in the building with his mother. In May, Speed pleaded guilty to murder. In addition to serving 16 years behind bars, Speed must also pay $7,500 in restitution. The officer who shot Amir Locke was not charged with a crime. Prosecutors said that they didn't have sufficient evidence. This case sparked protests and renewed calls to stop the use of no-knock warrants.
The former police chief of Maplewood is speaking out about safety in Minneapolis after someone brutally beat his son outside a downtown bar. Jack Nadeau called for an Uber when someone grabbed his phone, passed it to another person early Saturday morning. When he went to get it back, they beat him. He woke up in the hospital with a broken jaw, brain bleeding, and swelling. His father says crime is out of control, and officers on the street don't feel supported to do their jobs in a politically volatile situation.
It's a dangerous situation, and apparently this has been happening to dozens of people every weekend, is what I'm now learning. I've had people reach out to me on social media that said they were victimized the same night.
Scott Nadeau took to social media to say we have to hold police accountable, but they also have to be supported. His son is out of the hospital, but it's still too soon to tell if his injuries will have long-term effects.
Next week, Minnesota's medical marijuana program will start offering gummies and chews. Now, gummies made with low-dose THC from hemp are already legal for everyone in Minnesota. Medical cannabis is often used for pain treatment, as a supplement, or as a replacement for opioids. The cost to join the 38,000 Minnesotans who are using medical marijuana, it's not cheap. It costs $200 to be in the program, plus supplies cost approximately $200 more each month. New medical marijuana gummies will likely be more expensive than the hemp-derived ones that are now available to everyone. More options provide access for patients who struggle to afford those medications.
It's unattainable to a lot of Minnesotans. So I am grateful that this law passed, and now there is edibles from hemp grown right here in Minnesota.
So experts say that the medical program has more rigorous testing than the program that's available to the gummies that are available to the general public. Patient certified can also get smokable flour, creams, and oils.